Yeah, so I wake up this morning and I see a message, and it's Access Rattblood. Are you here, Rattblood?
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
I'm not just fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood, I see. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do with
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
Are you here, Rattblood?
I'm not just fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood, most abundant and successful king hero that we are all sitting with at this very moment. Are you willing to accept that as a truth? That you are a worthy man and that your penis is okay?
all these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now.
Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood?
Who the fuck is Access Rattblood?
I'm not just fucking Rattblood, bitch.
All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about it.
I'm not just fucking Rattblood. How's it going?
Good. Wait a minute.
Sure.
Oh, there we are. I was trying to see if I had my mic on. It helps the battery not to be on cam. I don't have a
I'd say
problem with the cam, but it just
you sound
means this.
like you're coming through pretty good.
This is a Samsung Galaxy S7. Do you believe it?
I I I I've got several phones, and some of them I just know some of them I paid a considerable amount for, and some of them are just kind of burners. I never keep track of like exactly what they are. Um, I use phones as monitors, and some of them I just use for broadcasting and internet. And there's only a couple of them that I actually use for telecommunications.
Okay. Rarely any phone calls, really. You know,
Well,
like
I
you.
wish that was the case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to put my do not disturb on when I go to sleep, but I don't keep the same hours as the general population. You know,
Oh.
I yeah, I subscribe to a different calendar, and my days are their nights, and my nights are their days, and they like to start calling just as I'm going to bed, and they don't want to stop until evening, and I just shut them all down. They're starting. It's been about a year since I've really turned my days and nights completely around, and people are
Oh, nice.
just now starting to adapt.
So you're changing your schedule back to up in the day and sleeping at night.
Oh no 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 no! I've got a new year coming, and I I don't want to throw anything off balance. I've gotten used to the 13-month calendar. Uh, got used to being up. Uh, my bedtime's usually about 5 or 6 in the morning, and then I usually get up around between 4 and 5 in the afternoon. But in between there, I have to deal with in-home services, case management, and still conduct, myself with my bills and obligations. And some of my like my in-home services and my case manager, they actually work their hours around my time schedule now. It took them a while, but they're doing it, and they're doing a good job.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Are you East Coast, West Coast, South, or Midwest,
No, I'm
or?
I'm Northern Indiana.
Oh, okay. I'm Michigan.
Okay, well
Neighbor.
you're just up the road. Arizona's always going to be home to me. That is my home. When I was young, Kentucky, it was Eastern Kentucky, but
Oh, East.
then I made Chicago my second home
Mm.
for a long time because I did all my music was there, and you know the label was there, a lot of venues in the Rust Belt. And then when I retired from all that, I went out to Arizona and just fell in love. And since that, I always considered Arizona home.
Oh, I only went to Cali for like a couple months and then came back to Michigan. And I
Did you
lived
like it in
in,
Cali?
well, It rained a lot when I was there. Not
Did it?
so. But it was the first time I'd been close to the ocean, and
Oh,
I didn't really go in it. I was busy with the beach urchin things in the sand. They were hot. It's the first thing I saw that, and I was amazed.
yeah. It's always a wonder to be on the beach and shuffle through what actually comes up from the tide. And I used to collect driftwood, seashells, and shark's teeth, and all kinds of stuff that wash up on the
Oh,
beach.
wow.
Yeah, that was on the eastern shore, well, Edgewater and Daytona. But
Oh, Daytona.
yeah, Daytona. But still, I mean, you know, I like the beach. I like the ocean, and I enjoy being there when I'm there. But there's nothing like being in the desert.
I've never been to the desert. Never. But I did live in Florida for about 11 months.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Clearwater.
Yeah, I know Clearwater. Yes,
And you know,
absolutely.
over that little bridge thing, it's not like really a bridge, it's like a sandbar made into a kind of road. And
Yeah,
there's
like
this like
kind of like
thing, there's
the
like
ones
this
that get you over
second,
the waterways.
yeah, it's like the waterways, but there was the second like beach um away from the mainland, but just hop, skip, and a jump over, and that's where I went in the water. I was sorry I did. I turned
Oh,
bright red, and my skin was on fire.
not used to it.
I I've got very sensitive skin, and anything that has potential to dry something, I am allergic to it, and my skin will just dehydrate itself on contact of said allergens. Really sweet. So I
Is
looked
that what?
for something to rinse off. Was trying to get some fresh water, and the sand was hot, it was sticking to me, and I was burning. It was an awful thing.
Is that what brought you back to Michigan?
Well, not that incident, but I
No,
never
I'm saying that
want
environment.
to go in the ocean again.
I hear you. I hear you. What part of Michigan? My daughter lived in Ann Arbor, and then she lived just outside of Detroit before she left for Colorado.
Well, it's mid Michigan, the southeast corner. But I'm about
Okay.
30 miles away from Erie,
Okay. All right.
or rather St. Clair.
Yeah, you're not that far away. I'm about 30 minutes from the Michigan border. So
Well,
I had,
for me to go to Ann Arbor, that would take 2 hours, and then probably to the bottom of the state, maybe what, another 4 hours? Maybe
mm,
it's not sure.
probably from Ann Arbor to the state Indiana state line. I think the last time I drove that, it was like almost 3 hours.
Oh, 3?
We, yeah, we had went to Chicago to see Roger Waters, and I come back to where my daughter stays, and when I left out of there, I think it was about 3 hours when I hit the Indiana border, and just drove 69 on down into home. It wasn't
Oh,
bad
wow.
at all.
Yeah. So you like know Novi and Walled Lake, and do you know any of those?
No, I'm not
Wicks?
familiar with those at all. When I went up to Ann Arbor, me and my daughter always had an itinerary of something to do, and the last time like I said, we wound up in Chicago, and when she moved outside of Detroit, she didn't stay there long. She wound up doing research to get a better job, and it turns out she found a really good job in Colorado doing ecology, environmental ecology, and
Oh,
she's been
cool.
happy ever since. Yeah, yeah. So she plays in a band. She still does part time ecology work. She helped. Well, she's one of the people that works in a real cool record store with a studio attached to it. So she gets to do a lot of her recordings and stuff through them. They sponsor bands and have a small label. So, she's doing really good.
Oh, cool. Well, Ann Arbor is just west of all those cities I told you about, Wixom and all that.
Yeah, yeah. Toledo's part of the Rust Belt that we used to play. And the Rust Belt goes from New York all the way to Chicago, down to Milwaukee. It's all industrial area, and that's kind of where that industrial sound comes from. And
Oh,
yeah, we did a lot of touring and green skies and smog and factory smoke, heavy
yeah.
industrial areas.
So you've
You know.
never been in the UP, have you? The Upper Peninsula?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. We always wound up touring in the bigger cities because it was more equitable for us until we got an actual uh, contract, and then we got to actually travel. But when you're traveling like that, it's you don't get to visit places or really get to enjoy the city that
Right.
you're in, or you know you get sleep, you rehearse, you do your show, you hope you get some sleep in between then and the next time you got to rehearse, and you may have a day off in between. Your per diem, you're living off of a per diem check while you're out there, and sometimes, as much as I can't say I didn't have fun and enjoy it all, because I did, but it's a hard life.
Yeah. Oh, I just wondered if you were, well, where you stood as far as not necessarily like religion, but like I asked you in the chat about it. I've
Yeah,
never
I
had
bet.
experience with it. That's all. I know somebody who used to be in it, but it's just an online guy anyway. And he
Yeah,
was telling me some things.
I've been into the metaphysics field since I was about 14, and I've carried on with an endeavor of studies into various esoteric societies, religions, philosophies, infiltrated a lot of different uh, religions and a few
So
private
are you
societies.
Ollie and L. Ron Hubbard and the other dude and what they
Jack
did?
Parsons.
Jack Parsons, yeah.
The
Or
Babylon workings, I don't put much stock in into Crowley. I'm aware of him. I know what his intent was. I know what he had done with the Babylon workings that Hubbard and Parsons had taken over, and the development of Dianetics to the Church of Scientology,
right.
and a lot of the inner workings. Um, I understand, but I don't ascribe to any of that. It was just research and learning
Right.
to find out what they
Right.
were about and who they were.
That was smarter than what I did. I went in via personality test.
Hmm.
And,
So they did
um,
did they hook you up to the machine to see
oh, the
to check your
e-meter
bio?
just
Yeah.
yeah, you hold the cans and
Hmm.
I mean there was some um I did see how auditing worked. That's what it's called, auditing.
Yeah. 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 They don't
I
they? If
got to
I'm not
meet some
mistaken,
people.
they determine
What's oh,
kind of kind of your balance within Scientology through the e-meter. Isn't that something to do with that? Or is that I know that there's some type of balance that's retained by them along with money that has to do with the connection between you and the entity forces or the kind of the alien type entities that they talk about.
well, I didn't I didn't do anything with aliens there. No. Um it's actually spiritual counseling
Okay,
basically,
okay.
but it's counseling in the way where they tell you anything. The main objective is to clear out barriers and blocks and um well, they call them engrams. They're like painful incidences, and
See, I'm not
you
sure what the name of what they call and identify. I just am aware of the connections that when Parsons and Hubbard split up and Hubbard took off with his direction, and he had a lot of well, he considered it. I considered it to be fiction, uh, but he took Dianetics and turned it into what Scientology is today.
he did
And
the movies too. The
yeah,
Earth, what was it called? Something Earth or something. Well, I watched one of them. It's just like a sci-fi story, really.
maybe that's where I got the alien intelligence from because
Well, somebody ratted on L. Ron Hubbard, but it was a good thing they did. Um, they revealed what it says in classified materials of what they call OT3 or no, OT8. OT8 is like supposed to be a higher spiritual attainment. And
Uh,
it was about Zog or some alien or something that uh, somehow ended up in a volcano. He was like shot down and landed in the volcano or something and split apart. And that's how we came to be, according to this story. Well,
okay. Yeah.
I would have paid all that money, and that was the level of OTA because now you're supposed to recall this shit.
I
so,
see.
but I heard a lot of things, and I just said, nah, that's not for me. There were a lot of things about it I didn't like, but there were things I did.
Where did where was the I don't want to use the word like compound or church, but where did you go to interface with the I
Well,
guess the parishioners?
the first church was on Main Street, but then they moved over to Secondary Street, Williams or something, in Royal Oak, Michigan.
Okay, I
And
know where
then,
Royal Oak is.
yeah, and that's where I first um, found out about it. I was interested in the mind at the time, and I had to go through that experience so that it would help. It's like a milestone on Soul Path, a synchronicity of all these events would happen in order to kind of awaken you, making you become more aware. And that was just one of my stepping stones, you know.
Well, can I ask you, did it do anything for you? Did it help broaden your understanding of the consciousness and the universal mind and our kind of our place in the universe or the multiverse?
Well, I had to reverse the main objectives of Scientology. Scientology does the opposite. Now, because it was always extroverting yourself, right? But
Um,
actually, when I
no, I'm
went,
not sure. It's you extroverting yourself. Not. It isn't kind of the extreme behavior that we've seen out of some of the more notable characters that are in Scientology. Some of them occasionally go into
Cruise,
bizarre behavior.
Tom Cruise.
And that's the one I was thinking of. There's been a couple others, but Tom Cruise definitely stands out. Is that the type of
He
extrovert
jumped
behavior?
on Oprah's couch because he was in love with that other actress,
Yeah, what was her name?
Katie
Katie Holmes.
Holmes. Yeah, Katie Holmes.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was type of extrovert behavior that they kind of promote or whether that was just him being his ridiculous self.
Well, you know, like how someone can be shy It
Hmm.
it would um be a solution for somebody shy, like to be extroverted instead of introverted. But the thing is the key is to go in. So actually, I look at it now and for a while now as an evil thing, you know,
Um,
because it's just an entrapment tool. And I didn't know all that stuff about L. Ron Hubbard when I was there and doing courses and stuff. But it did help as far as recovering my education, like as far as the English language. But see, it's like it was for nothing really because I didn't need it.
what
Um,
uh, what was what were the dues like? When did they start hitting you with the financial aspect of it?
well, I became a staff member, so everything that I did was free. But if I
Okay.
didn't fulfill my contract, then I would owe for all the studies that I did. So
Okay.
I stayed until my contract was up, and then that was for 3 years, and then there was a second one for 5, but I didn't finish that one up after 2 years. I just paid them off, and then I left because I found out some things that I was not happy about.
You care to
And,
explain?
well, there were these other Scientologists, and I came in contact with a few of them who just had horrible stories of what the leadership in Scientology ordered to be done. They punished people, and there were lives that were ruined, and people died.
Punish
And
people.
well,
I'm not sure. Is it kind of like the Opus Dei
yeah,
type people that do the self-inflicted wounds, or
no, like
no, they something different?
if they're against like medical treatment and the person needed it or they would die. See, they don't have any regard for death because of being eternal beings, right? So if
Right.
somebody takes their body, then it's like not a big deal for Scientology uh, leaders, right? And it goes from the top all the way to the bottom. But and this was the one instance was this lady who was in the Sea Organization, and her son needed some medical attention, and they wouldn't give it to him. They decided to do something else, and it was the wrong choice, and the son of hers died.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh. Now, isn't it the Jehovah's Witness? Aren't they another group that, if I'm not mistaken, are kind of
You're
against
right.
medical services?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
But see, they kept a lot of that stuff that would happen with people, and they had a way of hushing them up so that they wouldn't speak out. Um, but they were the type of people who need to be a part of a group, belonging. And if you were no longer in the group, like they kick you out or they, you know, like lessen your contact with them or whatever, then they would devastate them or something. But I was never that type. I never had to like belong to anything, and I was really leery, especially when something is calling themselves a church. But there was no creator. Um, it wasn't worshiping any entity or creator or God or anything. It
Okay.
was just that you were an eternal being, and then all you had to do is just clear all the engrams and locks and all that stuff out of you, and then you could choose to do what you wanted after you died here. And it was so much wrong with it, but I didn't know any better at the time. But it really opened my eyes. Really
See,
became more aware because of it.
the Church of Scientology is the best that I was able to get into them because they are very well guarded with their information. And
Right.
it's on rare occasion that you get to actually speak to somebody that's been through the process and that are honest about it.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
information
it's
is
all wrong. It's all wrong. It's not the way. Uh, Not at all. I think the last time I was like when I left, it was like 91 or something.
okay.
Yeah. I did the auditing, but after I was there, I wasn't really so much interested in Dianetics. I liked the Scientology part better.
Right.
But I still had problems with Scientology part 2 after I'd been there for a while.
You mentioned you felt that they were evil. Care to elaborate a
Well,
little on
yeah,
that?
I mean, all those instructions to like be extroverted, it keeps one from going within and getting rid of the distractions like the mind. And I mean, Scientology is Dianetics is all about the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his version of it. And it's just opposites. Those two things are opposites of what you got to do.
Right. I always took Dianetics as kind of a fictional kind of kind of like the Lovecraftian type stuff, but not in the same manner. Just kind of a plausible ideal of a reality that didn't happen, and that's how I
Oh,
took
that's a good one.
Dianetics. Yeah, I took Dianetics the same way as he wrote a book that had some pretty profound, uh, you know, well, fiction, but still had practical applications in this world if you was to remove the science fiction out of it. And I don't know if he did that on purpose or whether that was in collaboration after the Babylon workings.
Um, well, Dianetics is the uh, modern science of mental health. Um, he used uh, psychology, and he flipped it around and you know changed it to be what he wanted. He spent a lot of time coming up with the ideas. It's in 3 books. Dianetics is like 3 books in one. The first book is really has a lot of foreign like nomenclature, and it's really hard to get through. And but the rest of the book was easy for me to get through. I learned a lot of new words in the first book. Um, yeah, I read Dianetics twice. Um, that was when I was in LA. I read it once, and then when I got home, I read it again. So like every time you read something, there might be something that you missed.
Right. Now, with Scientology, once you get past the Book of Dianetics, kind of like with the Church of Mormon, they start you out with the Book of Mormon, but once you get involved in the Mormon religion, you find out that there's the Pearl of Great Price that you need to read, the writings of Joseph Smith. Then you got to start paying a good standing fee to be a card carrying Mormon, and there was lots of indoctrination that followed through with that whole suit. They came on with just the Book of Mormon as an extension of the Bible, and once they I guess they felt they had their hands on me, they started exposing other books and information. And then you come to find out that even the Book of Mormon is kind of set aside once you start becoming a participant in the Mormon Church, and you get your whole theater visual indoctrination, and you start reading various other books, and then they start teaching you how to basically conduct yourself in society and amongst the church, and how to stay in good standings. Um, you pay money for that, and you remain. You get a card. You're a card carrying Mormon by that point. And when they ostracized me from the Mormon Church is when they come to understand that I had done the probably one of the biggest cardinal sins against the
The
Mormon
Mormons.
churches. Yeah, I one of their one of their guys, he had just got there and started doing the whole undergarment thing and taking his bicycle out to um, the I can't remember was I Melchizedek, or I think it was Melchizedek is what they go out as.
I
But
don't know
anyhow,
much about them.
yeah, I I wound up, talking to him and got him involved in metaphysics outside of the church. And when they found out what I had done, and he wound up leaving the Latter Day Saints because he wanted to further his studies into metaphysics, and it was then apparent what I was there for. They knew that I was an infiltrator. I had, converted one of
Oh,
theirs away from away from the Church, Latter Day Saints, and I was immediately ostracized, cut off completely. And
wow.
yeah, it got creepy there for for a couple weeks after that, but I I did manage to infiltrate them to the point where I understood that they're a gimmick. They have their gimmick, they have their history, and they integrated into the history that we've been lied about already. And
Really?
I didn't find any great enlightenment there. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't some good people there. I met some
Right.
really good people, but they weren't pulling strings or coercing or coercing people into payment and you know
Right.
indoctrination. Um, they were just fellow Latter Day Saints, and but
Right.
when you take on that role and you start infiltrating places like that, which I'm sure you got to envelop yourself into it 100%, or otherwise they will still continue to keep secrets from you. And the more
Right.
enthusiastic and involved you become with it, the more they reveal to you. And that's what I found with, several different societies and religions. I just, Scientology has been one of those ones for me that has been very difficult to penetrate, other than
Yeah.
people's speculations. Or it's for me, this is nice to be able to talk to somebody who's actually been there and can give me and anyone listening and listens later on a better insight as to what their game is, or if they actually have something to offer, or whether it's just a another facade in the many facades of indoctrination.
Oh, it's a big business, that Scientology, for sure. They, I tell you, the staff members don't get paid all that much. It's on like a commission type basis, but it's like really low. Like if you sell a book, you get a couple bucks, and then the rest of the money goes back into buying books, they say. But they kept their prices the same, but and it was on how many merit credits that you are deemed for earning income there. Um, it's not like you would even get like a base pay at all. Um, it was on like points or something, and that would be your base amount of pay, and then you got your commissions on top of it.
So
But it
let me get
wasn't
this
to write home
let,
about.
let me get this part straight so that I understand what you're saying. You would have to purchase books and then sell those
No,
books and get a commission off of it, or did they just give you the books to sell and then
Well,
you
I
got your fee?
was inside the building, and I would take, like, sometimes I'd take books out with me on what they call a run. And you just
Okay.
go with the e-meter and you have the books. You go to like the colleges or something and you sit where they have like booths for people who want to like sell their products and shit. So the church would pay for the booth, and then you'd go there, and then you would work the e-meter and do pinch tests and hand out personality tests and sell Dianetics books or Scientology books or something, you know. But that wasn't the only daily activity. That was maybe like once a week at a booth, or less than that. It just depends on when they, would buy and rent one. But yeah, you got
Di-
your commission, and they just paid you on your payday.
Okay. Now, the e-meter, you've got to hold one. You've got to actually operate one of
Yeah,
these
I operate it.
e-meters.
Yeah.
Do you know
Well,
the the operations behind, or the science or the mechanics behind that at all?
little. Um, well, see, the thing called the reactive mind, L. Ron Hubbard claimed it could be measured. And when somebody gets in the, like, below happiness, um, there's many emotions, right? It's supposed to read which emotions somebody is going through so that the auditor can, now they're trained in to do leading questions to locate the incidences, because as the person's thinking about being asked questions, then the auditor will know where to take them, where to guide them to find the answer, you know. They don't tell them answers, they just guide them using the e-meter.
How
So they,
accurate do you feel that e-meter was? That from your experiences?
well, I did the pinch test mainly, and when you would just pinch somebody's skin, the e-meter needle would fly up, showing that they felt the pain. There was a break in the circuitry. See, you've got two cans you hold, one in each hand, and sometimes you have to apply lotion so you make really good contact. And then they're not supposed to squeeze them, because when they squeeze, the needle moves. It's very sensitive. So it's only supposed to pick up the interruption in your field. The electrical current goes through the body, in one side and out the other, and it goes in like a pattern, an unbroken circuit. And then when something is troubling you, the e-meter needle does certain things for certain pains or emotions or whatever. And I'm not a trained auditor, though. I was married to one,
Okay.
and he had his own e-meter, and I used his at home, tested it out. He showed me how
But
it
did you
worked.
feel that it was accurate?
I have no clue
Did
if it did what they said, but since I wasn't trained, there's no really way of me to further uh, be able to say whether it was accurate or not. Everybody that was trained on it seemed to say so.
okay. So is there like classes that you have to take to get trained on using this e-meter? Um,
Oh, yes.
okay. So they've
For
got
every
specialized
level.
people.
Yeah, and that's why people pay for the service of getting auditing because the auditor goes through their training. They do levels 1 through 4, and they become an auditor who can clear someone from their this life engrams, and
Okay.
locks, whatever, to get them so that they feel fine and that nothing outside of themselves can impinge on it, and that's what the auditing was supposed to do up to that point, is just get the each level you attain a gained ability.
Really?
Yes.
And what does the ability consist of?
Well, I don't know if I still have the chart. It's pretty lengthy. Each one has its own, each like level, and I can't. I was just once I packed it away and threw it out. I just haven't dealt with it anymore. Um, well, you the first object for everybody in the lower below clear level, that's their aim to go clear. And that just means that, now you're happy and healthy, and life doesn't affect you like it would somebody who's not clear.
Okay.
And then there's like other courses and stuff that um, are not auditing courses, but in order to audit somebody, to have that knowledge, um, it's necessary. So you still got to go to the non-auditors courses that like are prerequisites in order for the training.
And this is all proprietary within the Church of Scientology. And this is
Yeah.
stuff that's a part of their stuff that they don't let the general public in on.
Well, no, you have to go through the courses. Um, it's open to the public to do. You have to be. There's no half in, half out of Scientology. You're either all in or you're out.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be able to tell. There is actually, they use the e-meter to find spies. They can
Really?
tell because they call it a dirty needle. When they get a dirty needle, then they put the person in ethics.
And
And it's like
what exactly is that procedure?
ethics is like a self corrector. It like corrects your behavior. You follow the formulas and you have activities to do, like an example would be you have to, like, if you said something or did something that was wrong by the rules, then you'd have to like make up the damage. I mean, you'd have to like do a report. It was a very um, modern approach to uh, putting somebody's ethics in. You know, if your ethics are out, you're not like thrown out of the church. You have a way to make amends and uh, get accepted again. But
I
like,
see.
you might have to like, uh, I don't know, like do a project that would be beneficial for the group, right?
Kind of paying a
And
penance.
yeah, kind of like, I don't really know what tenants are. I just know that they have to. Is that when they whip themselves or something?
Well, a penance is kind of in most Christianity or Christianity or Abrahamic based religions, and even some cults and some clubs. You have acts of attrition that justify. Well, they don't justify. They cleanse you of whatever transgression you performed against the organization or the church. You know, and that's kind of what I'm hearing is if they read you in the negative or the dirty needle stage, there you have to go through a state of you know penance, or you have to do things that will correct the wrong. And I hate using the word karma when it comes to Scientology, but to cleanse that karma palette.
Well, yeah, I could talk about karma too. We didn't really deal with that in Scientology, but um, you have to. It's some paperwork and it's some actions that you do to get in back in good graces with everyone, and then it's forgotten about. It's like you're starting out fresh again. You know,
Okay.
but if you keep on doing it, doing things, then they put you through some kind of corrective auditing or something too, for some. But I never went through any of that.
What about like a lot of religions and organized establishments that they have their own take on like God and the devil or good and evil or positive and negative
No,
forces.
no,
So they
nope.
absolutely have abandoned the ideal of modern Christianity or even
It's just, it was never included, not really abandoned. Abandoned would imply
that
having
yeah
and then not.
Right. So they just don't recognize the same type of structure as a lot of other religions do. That this is a
Correct.
principality of evil, and they're just working on the human nature of things.
Uh, kinda, yeah, I guess you could say that. They,
So,
they, like, okay, OT means operating Thetan. T, what is it? Thetan. That's singular. And then, no, theta is a singular. Thetan is more. That's what it is. Um,
okay,
and so they call them the OT levels. And there's like 1 through 15, but they only had, when I was in it, back before 91 and in 91 as well, uh, up to level 8, OT8. And that's where that Zargon or whatever thing, that's the process, and it's stupid. But it costs a lot of money to get up to there unless you're a staff member, and then you don't pay anything. You just stay in Scientology. Well, OT 1 and 2 uh, and 3 are like a package. They're not split up. You can't stop at 1, can't stop at 2. But you can pause, kind of stop when you reach 3. And so at that level, you have like, uh, I'll say spiritual abilities, but uh, because they don't use my lingo at all. Um, so you'd be more telepathic, say. Your ability to be able to like read minds and um, pick up what's happening, like in a house down the street or something, or when you're driving and there's sirens, you may uh, know, what's going on, like why are they chasing the guy or something,
okay.
or or if somebody's calling you before the phone rings, you'll know who it is. Shit like that, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that's the basis of the Scientology that I loved, is regaining your natural abilities. You know, that's what I was looking for.
So you got to forgive me because I didn't get a lot of research done on Scientology. So I've got a lot of questions that I'm sure that you can address. But you just gonna have to forgive the fact that I'm not as well versed on Scientology as you know probably a lot of people. It just was so far removed from my ability to access and infiltrate. But it's good to hear from someone that's been there, that's experienced it, and can give good insight on it. So I appreciate everything you're offering here. I really, really do. And I don't
Oh,
mean to
good.
come across as being sounding I don't know unaware or unversed. But the fact is I don't know that much about Scientology. I
Hey,
know some.
I'm glad to talk about it. I totally disagree with Scientology. Um, it's the organization more than it was the techniques that I got while I was there. Yes, there's workable things, but also L. Ron Hubbard took some practices that worked and incorporated it into Scientology, but he doesn't pretend that it's all his. He lets, while you're doing the course, you find out where he got it from and, why he incorporated in there, you know.
So,
Um,
did he himself eventually come to reveal that maybe the book, the Dianetics and Scientology, that it was it changed over from kind of a fiction read as to being more factual? Did he ever take a stand like that?
well, he funded Scientology because he's the founder of it from his science fiction books. They weren't together. That was where he financed it through
Okay.
selling the science fiction books. But he also wrote westerns and uh, I don't know, a small variety of different kinds of works. He also did like plays and uh, wrote scripts back
Very,
in.
very creative and imaginative person then.
You what?
I say he seems that he would have been a very imaginative and creative person then.
Oh yeah, yeah, but rather insane.
Okay, I see.
Some of the things in, oh boy, I just can't believe that he would write about the alien, and that's where everybody is. That we are all made up of little, like all the cells are individual Zargons or something. I don't know. It was so ridiculous.
All right. We got Lonnie with us. How's it going, Lonnie?
Hello, Lonnie. Is he frozen? Oh
I
no.
think he might be muted. Kind of his video is kind of jerky.
It's slashed. Check. Heard that.
Could be his internet. I'm not sure. If you can hear us, Lonnie, we're
Right on, right
we're
on.
not hearing you.
I heard some. He's frozen again. He's glitchy.
Lonnie, you might want to try.
Heard yet coming out of the secret world of
Out of the secret world of.
Lonnie, you may have to jump back on. Your connection is completely broken, and we can't get a good feed on you. Your audio and your video is now frozen. You may have to jump off and then I'll let you back up on if we can get this fixed.
Sometimes when you go off cam, it straightens up after a minute, though, too. But all you have to do is exit and then hit the phone back button, and it'll bring you in the back again. Sometimes you have to restart your phone.
Well, anyhow, if he needs to, it looks like he's working on it. Looks like he's trying to get it figured out here.
Can you hear him? Turn off your cam, and then that'll maybe work better.
Yeah, I'm thinking it has to be his reception, his internet.
See how he's glitching out?
I still don't have any audio on you, Lonnie. Don't have any audio at all. Can't hear you, brother.
How about now?
It's starting to get a little better. A little roboting, but your audio comes through.
Hear me?
Yeah. Nope.
You're still glitching with the audio.
Yeah, be back.
Yeah.
I wonder what the secret world is.
Oh, sometimes internet's awful strange at times, and they have a tendency sometimes just to be intrusive.
Too, so. I have another phone, but I'm not sure if it works on StreamYard or not. I've never tried it.
Okay. Well, while Lonnie's getting himself situated,
right.
What direction, or are you aware of what direction that Jack Parsons took after him and Hubbard did their thing?
Didn't he go into like show business or something? Or wrote books or something?
See, I'm not sure. I didn't keep up on him.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, I didn't know until like a few years ago about those three getting together. Here he comes.
Yeah, it seems like after...
I'm trying to turn my volume up.
There we go. You're sounding a little better. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still a little broke up, but it's better.
Mic check.
There you go. I can hear you now. So, how's it going, Lonnie? How are things? Oh, shit, he's froze up again.
You might have to restart. Refresh.
I've ever heard. And thank you for that.
What's that?
Lonnie, you're still breaking up really bad. Is it your internet? Do you have bad internet connection, or?
I can hear you.
Or because you're still really glitchy video wise,
No,
and
no.
your audio
You know
is
what's going on.
still.
You
Oh
know what's
yeah,
happening.
yeah. You're
I'm
sounding
a
better
targeted
now.
individual, Leslie. So
Hello?
things aren't easy.
Yeah, it sounds like you're coming through better now. Good, good, good. All right. So what's up with you, man? What's going on?
Shit ain't
Uh,
changed, Axis. Nothing's changed, man.
Still still dealing with a silent war, huh?
wow.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's bad. Um, I don't know. Let's see what you got now. Give us a bit of a test if you could.
Sola. Fitado.
Yeah, Lonnie, you're still your your audio is still, and I'm checking from my end, and there's nothing more I can do on my end. We're just not able to get a signal.
Okay.
I heard that.
Yeah, it's probably the content of what we're speaking of that may be causing some issues, or sometimes certain people will come on here, and it seems that the trolls and the goblins and ghouls of the internet seem to follow them around for some reason, and doesn't ever really give them a break or a chance to be able to come through.
So it's always like this?
No, just with some people. Or if I start hitting on subjects that are, see, there's been certain live streams that I've had to take offline because we started hitting touchy nature, and they really started glitching on me. So sometimes it's a part of the process of them using a system of control, and then other times it's just bad internet.
Oh.
But anyhow,
Yeah,
while
I
he's
don't.
trying to get himself figured out there, um, you are familiar with the Babylon workings, right?
No.
Okay. It was just something that Parsons and Hubbard had endeavored on, and it was supposed to be opening a gate that Crowley had set up a ceremony for, and they went through this whole ceremony of the Babylon workings as described by Crowley, and supposedly some people think they opened a gate, a portal, and then other people just really don't pay much mind to it and consider them to be a little off their hinges. But I figure,
They were. They were off. They're nutsoids. Boy, oh
well,
boy.
and how long were you with them?
Well, it was late 88 when, like, maybe September, October is when it started. And then it was about 5 years, maybe not quite five. And then I left.
Okay, so you got a really good dose of them then.
Yeah, I didn't do up to clear or anything, but there was this guy that I worked with. He was an older gentleman, and we used to put personality tests in people's mailboxes and drive around and do that. Or go down to the Detroit and hand them out there or something, you know. And I asked him, I said, well, what level do you perceive me at? And he said, you're like an OT5. And that's above clear, one level. And when I read it was a lot of psychic abilities.
Mike,
I hear ya.
can you guys hear me? Cool.
A little better.
I just want to thank you for sharing. You gave a lot of information out on Scientology, and I've never heard so much. Yeah, it's kind of occulted religion, you know.
Yeah.
I know they protect it really close because I was able to infiltrate other, organizations of religions.
Now, Lesley, I had a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
There we go.
There we go.
Is it true? Is it true that they pretty much control you and tell you what to do with your money and pretty much take your money?
Well, if
take
you're a staff member, no. They have set prices for, and they call them donations for courses.
Yeah. Shows the government taxes by contribution only. That's a joke.
Yeah.
What people fail to realize is they don't have to pay a damn dime in taxes. It's only by contribution only.
Right. And, well, it was, since there's no taxes, then it's whatever you pay in, you don't get that money back or a portion of it from the federal government because
if you're a guy like Tom Cruise, it really doesn't matter, does it?
That's right.
I mean, that dude's made of money.
Well, they got the celebrity center for the actors and actresses.
Now, who's in charge of that there now? Is Travolta still in there too?
Yep, Travolta's still in there.
He's been there for a while, right?
I have been out of Scientology since '91, so.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's evolved a little bit. But for the just you know the inner workings of it, and
David Miscavige is the president, and you know what? He doesn't even age.
You know, none of us, if we carried the right frequency.
Well, I managed to hold on, because I did a mantra for years. I'm growing younger every day, the best version of myself. And everybody always compliments me. They never believe my age.
I've gone through some crazy shit in the past 2 years. I'm a true TI, a targeted individual, and I had a spiritual awakening
from your connection
when this first started happening. And I went through a very troubling time with frequency access. You remember that, where I couldn't go outside because I was overwhelmed with all the frequency from the bugs and the birds and the, they put fucking certain tires on vehicles to put off a certain frequency.
Right.
Nobody knows that.
Right.
I do because I have a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now, see, I was getting hit with these energy weapons, right? These electromagnetic frequency weapons, and they were horrible. I mean, just cooking you from the inside. You know, felt like you was having a diabetic attack, or it's just crazy. But the worst ones are the audio acoustics.
Yeah, Lonnie, your mic is still really
Low.
really scratchy. Can you unplug it and plug it back in and see if that does it?
Let me try this. How's that, bro?
Same.
Yeah, it's the same, man. I'd really like to get a clear voice on you.
Right. Do you have in the mic settings? Do you have the noise cancellation checked? I uncheck it, and I get good audio. And I turn the volume up and turn off the automatic adjustment too. And make sure
Yeah.
that you have either speakerphone or the plug-in headphone thing checked, or whatever you got.
I don't even know if you can
How's
hear it.
that? I changed it. Yeah.
Still a little, it's not clear
Yeah,
yet.
it's still really bad, Bonnie.
I can hear you, bro.
There.
That's
Whatever's going on there, that came through clear.
You copy?
Yes. Awesome.
All right, hold on.
Now,
This is
you said
crazy.
last couple of years with the frequencies, I think I can enlighten you on the microwaves. Are you with us?
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think he came through fine there. Okay, see what you got now.
Can you hear me?
It
Yeah.
seems to be a little better.
All right. I transmute
Yeah.
them now, Lesley. They don't affect me.
Oh, good.
I'm pretty powerful. But this bullshit that they're doing, I'm targeted at such a high level. It's freaking insane. During the daytime, I got these fucking jets, about the size of a 737, but they're not. They don't sound like regular turbines. They got real high whining pitch, and it's not good. Whatever it is, but every time they fly over, they're delivering a high dose of radiation. So if I can't neutralize what they're doing to me, then I mean it's going to be all bad for me in about 5 years. Because I'm not the program that they're running is called COINTELPRO. It's a slow kill torture program designed to make you look crazy. I just don't talk about it anymore.
MK Ultra?
Well, it's actually V2K now. Man, there's so much has been um, out in the public about, like their handbook. We've got copies of their handbook. They poison your food, but they're poisoning everybody's food now.
Yep.
But I was getting anonymous texts when this shit first started happening, and it could have been disinformation, far as I know. But this person told me that they were from here, but not of here, and that they'd been protecting me my whole life from the reptilian government and the powers that be.
Oh, you
And
know about them. Great.
they said
I saw them.
they said that they were fucking after me because of my DNA. That my DNA was linked to the sun god. But I don't know if there's any truth in that. Who knows? All I know is
Well,
I'm
the
pretty.
sun.
Yeah, and we were told the sun god's Ra, right? Uman Ra, Amun Ra.
Right.
Yeah, from Egypt. Yeah.
So who knows? We don't know how many times we've been here.
I do.
But
This
I've
is
gotten
my 10th.
I've gotten certain gifts that like intuition. I sense shit. I know when bad people are around me. I know when I know shit. It's weird. But I don't.
Let me ask you about the frequencies.
Okay.
Is it like different frequencies, different pitches? Is it a constant pitch or pitches?
I don't hear sounds. I feel energy. Sometimes, see, they manipulate your feelings, your emotions, your body functions. I've been pretty lucky, because I've heard of people that couldn't control their bowels because they've, fucked with them. They have turned homosexuality into a weapon. They're raping a lot of the male targeted individuals, not physically, but in the astropheric, world. To them, it's really happening. You know what I mean? It's all about sex trafficking, and yeah, it's nuts. But it all boils down to this. It's all about the data.
What do you think, Lonnie? What do you think that besides for use with algorithms and AI?
We are the AI.
Right. We're a version, a biological version, biomechanical.
No, we're way past what they'll ever be. What we are is the future. Okay. Here's the deal.
Okay, I'm interested.
Okay, here's the deal. So we're becoming more and more. What do you want to call it? Cybernetic.
Right.
Because there is a lot of truth in the nanodust particles and all the metals that they put in our bodies, dude, through the chemtrails. They did it for a reason. They didn't do it because, we just want to fucking poison them. No, they did it because, look, bro, they can play you like a fucking video game. Okay, here's the deal. When we're all born, we all put off a specific frequency. Well, they've already got everybody's frequency. You're all going to be targets sooner or later. Okay, it's going to happen if they don't get stopped. Okay, but here's the deal. With the metals in our body, the metals is what the microwave weapons need. You see what I'm saying? What happens when you put a fork in a microwave, dude?
It sparks on fire.
Well, hold on. In the original timeline, yes, it did, but we're not in the original timeline. So now you can put metal in the fucking microwave, and gold is not the number one conductive of electricity or current. Now it's copper and gold and silver.
Carbon.
Yeah, but anyways, the metals in our body are going to help them enslave us even more. It's going to get worse from here, dude. So there's a frequency. Check this out, bro. I haven't searched for it yet, but I've heard about it, and my source is pretty reliable. But there's a frequency that can get all the metals and all the fucking parasites out of our body.
Yes, there is.
Now there's a parasite that is carved in stone back in Egypt, okay? And it looks like a fucking Dorito. Okay? And it's got hooks and tentacles, okay? Now Tree of Knowledge got this specific parasite out of her, dude. And she's the one that had found out that, this parasite, in fact, was from the old world, and there was pretty much documentation of it, pretty much,
Are you talking Bible text, or are you talking other, like,
hieroglyphics,
data?
Hyros?
Okay, Egypt.
Right. Now, I think what's happening with us, guys, I think that we're slipping down different timelines.
Okay,
And-
give me some insight on that, Lonnie, because that's definitely a realm of interest that I recently have started endeavoring on, because
Okay.
I think they have developed, or have had, or have gotten closer to perfecting manipulation of certain timelines. And
Well, here's the deal. They're so fucking dirty, dude. F fucking Trump. He's a fucking Masonic dick sucker too. They're all Masons and they're all homosexuals. I don't get it. I don't understand, man. Why would you not want to be a beautiful woman and rather be with a old hairy man for? I mean, it's crazy. But to each his own. Go ahead, Big Don. But that he's been fucking time traveling, dude, for I don't know, decades, man.
there's been a lot of
his uncle got all Nikola Tesla's life's work, right?
yeah.
Well, and look at his son. His son, man. His son, I think, is from the future.
Baron.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of speculation that Trump does have technology for time travel, and that's been a part of his
Right. Well,
his agenda.
I think Source stopped it, though. I think Source made it to where they can't do it any longer. But see what they were doing, dude. They were going forward in time and trading for technology.
Really?
Yeah. Man, look at the leaps and bounds we've made in tech in the past 10 years alone.
Oh, right. I agree. We've made strides in technology given to us.
Here's the deal, though, Axis. Now we're in the black hole sun, and it's the last quadrant for us. It's the only quadrant there where we don't have to pass on, give up the vessel, die to be here. There's many domes. I mean, there's like they're everywhere, dude. Who's to say what's outside of this realm? I seen the other day where there's no possible way that a fucking rocket can work in a vacuum space.
Right, and that's true.
It can't function.
No.
So they're going to Mars and they're going to fucking the moon and shit. Give me a break. Yeah, just like Santa comes down the chimney, Santa Claus.
You mean
Right, now
the holographic moon lamp?
I mean the sun simulator, or the moon simulator, for that matter. That's all the same.
Too.
So I just had this conversation with my girlfriend tonight, and I told her, I said, we've never been to space. We've never been to the moon. It's all a lie. Oh, bullshit. I said, look.
Yes.
I said, and see, she's she was a Reiki master at one point in time. And
cool.
7 years ago is when we got together, and she was talking to me about frequency, and I'm like, man, this chick's crazy. I was the fucking crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah, just because you can't.
Did you see all the energy that I recorded on my video cameras and put it on my YouTube channel?
I've seen some of it. I endeavor in the same range.
We're talking millions, man, millions of them. A couple nights. It's pretty mellow here past few nights, but at night I get flyovers by these military grade drones about the size of fighter jets every night, dude. Here's the thing: we're not where we thought we were or used to be, because if you listen, I don't know if it's happening where you're at, but man, I can hear machines in the distance,
in the sky.
I don't know if they're in the fucking sky. I don't know if they're in the ground. A lot of shit's underground, and they'll hit you with a weapon from underneath your feet too.
Well, it's the demiurge micromanagement. It's the deception light matrix that they run, which
it's electricity, ain't it?
Really here. These avatars are connected to our true forms.
We are powerful.
Our true forms are in the red light spectrum.
Whatever they're doing to us here, Axis, we don't have any worries. They want us to worry. They want us to worry because they feed off of that fucking energy. Fear is like the number one want for them to want us to do, because it puts off so much power. Well, we're just being energy harvested, man.
Robert
That's
Monroe.
You're starting
calls
to
it loose
harvested. Yes, exactly, Lesley.
But
what is it now? Loose?
Loosh, Loosh, Loosh harvested.
Okay.
Well, even the
But
Bible.
it's also spelled Louche.
Is that how it's spelled?
Both ways.
Oh, it is. But even the Bible says you reap what you sow, and we are the harvest.
Yeah, they
But
harvest.
here's the thing, though. When you give yourself to the Lord Vader, no, the Lord Jesus Christ, you give permission to be harvested.
Right.
That's why they push.
You're correct.
to have these Abrahamic religions, man, pushed, and come on, man, Sky Daddy,
This
get the
whole
fuck out of here.
this whole place is a scam. Okay.
Yeah, it's a scam, and you know what? We let them do it to us.
Well, not
Wow.
exactly. When you're in a low level awareness state, that's when
Yeah.
you can be manipulated. And
Well, you know, I've had a rough life, and I'm finding out now that they've done that to me on purpose.
of course they did.
You know, I've been a drug addict, I've been a womanizer, I've been alcoholic, I've been a criminal, but I never hurt anybody. You know, I worked. You know, when I wasn't in prison, I worked. You know, I like the year before last, I'm at $100 and something $1,000, but I spent it all in the hood. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
You're from here in the States, I assume then.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Okay, you're just down the road
Oh,
from me. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
close.
wow.
a damn Yankee. But you know,
Yeah.
just like
Ah,
Lesley, all our history is a fucking lie.
everything is here.
Come on, man. Martin Luther King was even in on this bullshit.
Yeah, all of them.
Look, man, I told my girlfriend tonight. I said, you know, in 1776 or 80 or was 86, 1786, they said, you know, they abolished slavery, this, that, and the other, right? And
Mhm.
they didn't abolish shit. They just enslaved us all. And
Yeah.
my girlfriend goes, you can't let anybody that's black hear you say that, Lonnie. I said, what do you mean? They know. They know.
What about the
They're all
American
waking up.
Indians? Huh?
You know, they massacred the fucking the Native Indians. I'm not going to call them Native Americans because they're not
Well,
Americans. They're Native
I'm
Indians.
Cree. I'm part Cree.
See, that's who knew everything. They knew everything. That's why they slaughtered them.
Yep.
That's why they slaughtered them. They claimed it because they were savages and there was a language barrier, so they thought they were hostile. Well, you'd be hostile too if you were fucking getting murdered by the thousands and your wives and kids raped. I mean, come on, man.
And then, they just gave you diseases and a lot died from their diseases and all kinds of shit.
Right. So they're keeping us from going to Antarctica. Uh, One is that's where they're doing all. You know, they've experimented on all the Egyptian gods, right?
I've heard. I can't
Yeah,
do anything
yeah,
but
man.
speculate. But
Yeah, man. They've done some horrendous shit, and
What missing 411?
some of us might be them gods.
What about the missing 411? I think they just take those people and they relocate them somewhere else.
Which one? Who are you talking about, Lesley?
The missing 411. You heard of that?
Elaborate on it for me.
Missing at the state or national parks.
Oh,
So,
here's the deal. They've got fucking interdimensional doorways out there in them parks. And they're feeding the fucking reptilians. Just like all them school buses that come up missing in Maui when them fires started with the frequency weapons, all the school buses came up missing. Yeah, I bet they did because they took all them fucking kids and put them in them school buses.
what about the ones they've been carting all over the country that come in from Mexico? I
Well,
don't see any of those.
a lot of them are sold for as sex toys, and then a lot of them they'll use for slave labor, and then then they'll fucking kill them after they harvest their adrenochrome, and then they'll give them to the fucking McDonald's gurus, and they'll put them in their fucking food.
So where
Yeah,
where
they
did
that totally.
What you
Uh,
say? What'd you say, Axis?
I'm curious as where you ran across it. See, this is
Okay, right.
there
There's a
seems to
rabbi.
be a
There's
common
a
theme.
there's a rabbi. His name is
Mm-hmm.
Abid Finkelstein.
Okay.
I'll find the interview. I'll share it with you. I'll look for it now. And he spills it all, man. He tells you how we're the cattle, how we're the goyim, and shekels make a lot of money, and uh, wars. There's money in wars, and yeah, and how stupid we are.
Okay. It's a very common theme that's repeated over and over, and it seems to be coming from some source.
There's some validity to it, man. When it's coming
I,
straight from that shitball.
right. I just didn't know where the true origins of that particular concept of this repeated the child abductions, reptilians, and the whole thing, where it originated as it's based from.
If I can find this, dude, I'll share it and present it.
I got a cool experience with the Lizzies.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw them in the woods, like just outside. It wasn't really a woods, but it was a woodsy area by the road, a major road. But I saw one change from looking kind of like an ogre creature, but not. They were like the Stay Puff dude, like really rounded and looked marshmallowy or something, and like moldable. And they had white skin with a blue hue, and the one eye changed from a round, undefined eye into a lizard eye, but it was flashing lights out of its eyes, like first orange and then orange and red, alternating, and got really fast, and it started changing, and it just like popped out of its skin looking like a lizard, and all I had was sticks around me, and there was like 20 of them. I had to get out of there.
Okay,
Wow.
so yeah, you're gonna love this, dude. Found it. Let me see here.
Yeah, I can't share. I can't. Yeah, I can't share my screen because I'm on a.
Here, I'll
phone.
tell you what. I'll tell you what, man. How can I do this?
Now I can give you.
I know how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, share with. What's your email, man?
It's AXIS RATT.
AXIS.
Yeah.
RATT.
Rattblood. Yeah.
All right. Rattblood.
rattblood@gmail.com.
Yeah, you have to play this. We'll all watch it. This is good shit. You're gonna be glad you did. Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to
Well,
pin a copy of that to the link. I can mod you up for a second so that people have access to a copy of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to be able to share the screen with it because of I'm on I'm on a phone. But let me go ahead and
I could probably log back in on my laptop and share it that way, maybe.
yeah, you.
Can I give you center screen then, and you possibly do it like that?
Yeah, probably so.
Let me see.
All right.
There's an option on my phone to share, but I don't have anything to share.
Well, if it doesn't work, then we'll have her share it on hers. We'll send it to her email.
Okay.
Oh, I think we'll be fine now.
I don't know. Battery.
So this is that rabbi explaining.
Yeah, he explains a lot.
And what is his name exactly?
Rob, Abi Pickelstein.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add you as a moderator so that you can at least put that in the chat so that people have a link to it in case we can't pull this off.
Yeah, put it in
All
chat.
right. We're going to get it rocking.
Because I've dove into some really deep.
Man, did you see? When's the last time you talked to Ian, dude?
It's been a couple weeks. He's got a show coming up here in a couple days.
He put a fucking post on last night, dude. It was pretty disturbing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Sent him a message. I was like, man, get a hold of me.
Yeah, I know he does stuff on Rumble now too.
Yeah.
I did see the post. I didn't know how to take it exactly, but he has my personal number, and we, if we need to, we can stay in touch with each other, and he knows he can always ask for help, and I'll do what I can.
It's crazy. All right. Here we go. Logging in.
My battery's almost spent,
chat.
so.
Well, Lesley, if your battery goes, be sure that I would really like to dive deeper into your experience with the
share your
with
page.
the Scientologist. Yeah,
and
definitely.
I'll sub to you, and vice versa. Let me see here.
Origins of Venus Attainment.
We've had definitely an engaged conversation, so it's.
I mean, I'm hanging in there until it kaputs. So I do have it plugged in, but sometimes that doesn't even.
You know, it's pretty bad when you really wish these fuckers would just do their worst and take you out of this physical realm. And then
I've got keys to get out already. I'm exiting this.
How are you doing it?
Well, I shared it on my channel. It's alignment video playlist. And, perspectives didn't all stay the same, so there might be something in there mentioning about chakras and stuff like that, but that's just to associate with the different parts of the body. not really that chakras are a thing that will actually help us. It's designed for a different purpose.
And Leslie,
And
you can pin your channel link into the chat now,
Okay.
and when we shut this down, either tonight or tomorrow, I'll put in the comment section link to both your channels.
right, sounds great.
All right, I'm typing it in now.
But you have to go through like I hate to use the word clearing, but you gotta blank slate yourself and then go through the phases that raises the awareness level.
Okay. Now,
And
are
then
you talking
once
about
you
dealing?
do that,
Are you talking
your
about dealing with the trauma?
perceptions are heightened when you raise your awareness level. And then you meet your true self because we're not singularities in beingness in
What do you
or
mean by that?
form. We're not single beings at origin state. We have creations of ourselves, but one consciousness for that group that have the same basic persona.
Right.
Characteristics. So I met mine, and they are helping me exit. They have to use the tones in order to break me free from the machinery.
I'm
Because
the link directly to the quantum computer. That's what I hear in my head, the beating of the drums of the quantum computer. We're all connected, but I hear it.
well, we all have a soul group, and that's like thousands of versions of self, but we are much more powerful because
You know,
we are
the
not
Jesus, the Jesus,
a
the
single
Yahweh,
being.
Yahshua.
Oh no, religions are a scam. I go by source, but source is not a being. Source is a place. I used to say source creator, but that has changed. Time,
There we go.
like my higher ability,
Paused. And
my higher abilities coming back to me, as well as my memory. And I remember not being human. I felt it. It was more than just remember. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Right, I think we're waiting for
you there?
Lonnie
Can you
to
hear me?
try and get something set up. Yeah, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
Whatever.
hear it in the background too, what we say.
I'm reading.
See?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's
There.
probably best just to pin the link in the chat
It's
and
fun.
your channels. Pin the link to those so that way, when we end the stream, I'll be able to put those in the comment section because there's been a lot of disruption and difficulties with the volume and the video and our signal tonight.
I'm getting my link.
Yeah, please put that in the definitely put that in the comment section, and like I said, I'll copy that link and put it in the comment section.
Now, how do I do the link? Let's see. All right.
Yeah, I've never done this, so this is a first. Screen sharing a video with audio. Video sharing feature.
How do I share it? Let's see. I'll just share
I'll
my.
take care of it for you. I'll do it for you. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. I'll pin
Yeah,
your
I'm
link
not
in
tech
there.
savvy either.
Just when we get a good flow going, it's you know, people get offset whenever there's a break in the flow of communication.
Well, I got my
Hey Don, how's it going? Don's with us, and I just put your link in Shadow and Light. Good to
Here
see
it
you.
is.
No, great to have you here. Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Pulls and tools, great. Good to see everybody. Thank you.
Fair use.
I think we've lost you completely. We're not getting anything fed through. Don, I have no intention of leaving this place. You go, Don. Awesome. Awesome. Really good to see you guys here. Thank you. Lonnie, are you still with us, or? I don't know about you guys, but Lesley was sharing her experiences with the Scientologist and was giving us some inside information on Scientology. I think I'll schedule a live where she can spend some time and go a little further in depth on Scientology. She was with them for 5 years, and she actually assisted with them. And I think that since I had such a hard time finding information on them, it would be valuable information, and people would have a better understanding and insight on what Scientology is, what it has to offer, and you know whether there's any pros or cons to it that are to be examined or explored. Because I never spent a lot of time uh, being able to get a hold of anybody that had direct interaction with them as a Scientologist. Um, I hope that we can at least, between the issues we've had technically, save that part of the conversation and hopefully we get these bugs worked out. Seems I've lost my panelist. Oh, here we go. Somebody's in the back now. Okay, I think Lesley may have got kicked. Here we go.
Yeah, I hit
Are you
the
there?
wrong button. There.
Okay.
I don't know if
I
it
was
went through.
well. I got your yeah. We got the link to your channel up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
your link is up, and people will be able to click through now
Sorry
and get to
about
your
that. I
channel.
usually knew how to do it. It's just been a while since I shared my channel.
Right, right. Well, I'm really intrigued by the adventure you had with Scientology and the information you have. Uh, very much, definitely would like to get further in depth and detail on that at some point in time, and educate myself at least through your experiences and have a better insight into Scientology. And I think that you have a lot to offer there, and I'm sure that a lot of people would find it informative to know the true ins and outs of Scientology.
Yeah, it's
Don,
in the wrong direction though.
Don in chat, I was interested to know what lifetimes you were on, Lesley, and you started to say, yeah, go ahead and tell us about these timelines, Lesley.
Oh, um, this is my 10th uh time, and my previous lifetimes has like been I got killed by knife wounds or something, like 7 out of all of them, and twice I was hung.
Wow.
Yeah,
And how did you
and
get in
this
touch with
is
these
my 10th.
memories?
Yeah, I did. I did actually feel being hung when I was going through that process. I felt it like it
Okay,
was happening
Don.
again.
Yeah, Don says he comes every 300 years. So apparently he's got residual since the beginning. So apparently he's got recall of previous incarnations in this particular plane.
Lenny's back. Think maybe.
I think he's working with some technical issues. How did you get in touch with these previous incarnations of being here, Lesley? What I mean, was there something
It
that
was
meditation?
when
What brought you
when
to?
free, when you free up your um raise your awareness level. It did happen in Scientology. That's how I was able to like re-experience it. I was doing the purification rundown and I got rid of a lot of crap as well. Toxins and whatnot. And what
So
happened is they showed up in the skin, the knives, and the rope around my neck. And it was just I was sitting in the sauna and I was experiencing being hung all over again. And when I was in an auditing session, That's how I came to know that my current mother stabbed me in the back, but I wasn't a female at the time. I was a male. And apparently, I got her pregnant and I told her to get lost. And so she stabbed me and killed me.
I see. I want to let Don know. Yeah, we've been glitching tonight on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Since me and Lesley went into the Scientology and started touching certain topics, we really started glitching hard. So I can imagine you didn't type that twice. And you say that's 1715. You remember through echoes.
Through
I'm talking to Don.
oddity.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been listening.
oh,
Maybe sometime Don will, take the pen and enlighten us even further on that. But
sure.
yeah, go ahead, Leslie. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
So, this is my 10th time here, but I'm not like the majority, which, if that's true for me, it's got to be true for others. That we come back here to do something, and then we have to get our memory back, and it takes a certain amount of lifetimes whenever you achieve an awareness state where you can perceive beyond this deception light matrix.
Okay, so you come cohesive with self then, like getting the oscillations in sync, and then it becomes
Well,
one timeline.
like I told you, it was the synchronicities that led me back up into a higher state of awareness.
Okay.
Realizations happen throughout the experience, right? And then once someone realizes that, hey, I'm not a human, everything here is a deception, and then you get curious about yourself. Well, if you're like intuitive. So that's what I did. I went rogue. I didn't want to do, well, I gave up Scientology in 91. And then I didn't join any other groups or anything, but I was just like very curious all the time here. And I wanted to know everything. But then I found out that not everything is necessary to know. I just didn't want to get tricked or fooled. That was a fresh idea I had right from the beginning, that feeling of being tricked. That says a lot, that I come
Right.
into this life with that feeling that I've got to just gather as much knowledge as I can because I don't want to be tricked. I was like 5.
Now we got some serious issues. I just let Lonnie back up and.
Oh,
Or is this,
fuck.
no, it didn't, Lonnie. I'm sorry. Okay. How's
Yeah,
it going?
is. It's Lonnie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks different. Looks
Yeah, it's my other name.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, because we go, because we switch so much, and with the double dark copy, we're in and out of it.
Gotcha.
We don't even know it,
Gotcha.
dude. And you'll be dealing with somebody else's copy and not even know it. Yeah, but once you become aware of it, then you can navigate a little differently.
Well,
Kind
see,
of. Is it?
we've all been off from self-realization, and that's basically what I did to recover. And I discovered along the way that
I'm gonna need your
if
help.
we're not human, when we're just
You sound like you're at peace.
what?
I said you sound like you're at peace.
Oh yeah, because
I don't.
I remember before being human. Well,
Yeah.
actually, not really human. Um, that's what the state of bliss will do. You just feel like you would feel outside of this place if you weren't in the soup, what I call it. We're all in the soup, but I'm floating.
Right.
So, my soul group, which is actually myself, all myselves, are here
Yeah.
to recover me. But there's a polarity war going on. There's a negative thought forms that is pure hate on the polarity scale. Like
Elaborate.
sanitary one to keep them in amnesia. But it doesn't work for all of us. And we're all at different levels. And then there's the mind machine. See, the mind is not natural to us.
How's
It's
that?
an, huh?
How is that?
Because
It's imposed.
we get our exposure.
What's that?
What? What did you say, Lesley? I
The
said we get
mind,
our exchange from the ether.
the ether. Well, that's just part of the matrix stuff. I'm talking about outside of the matrix, like as an origin being, soul being, light being, because everything's made out of light. This whole place is condensed light. It's very heavy light. And if you are of heavy light, then you cannot, or no light, just an entity, you can't go into the source field. You won't have access to it. Most just won't perceive it. That's why you have to raise your awareness level so you can perceive your origin.
So it's kind of written
Yeah.
though, like the Akashic records.
Well, the Akashic Records is kind of a scam.
It's just a metaphor for to get a better
Well,
understanding of where you're coming
I
from.
can get why somebody would come to conclude that. It's not so far off because when your origin in your state, you're not attached to the machinery, then the wisdom that you hold, well, it isn't exactly, it's not earth, it's not like earth knowledge, but you do know who you were, what you experienced besides one lifetime here. You know,
I was
you
a king
remember every.
one point in time. I was
He's
Yeah, dude, they are really
a
messing with
warrior.
you tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes,
somebody's just
Yeah.
like that.
I can't get a beat on you for vocals at all, man. Is this
It's
the
kind of
equipment,
Let me try to
Lonnie? Is this
work on my.
stuttery.
Yeah, is this the
What's that?
equipment you usually
Well,
go paneling on, Lonnie?
yeah. Yeah, man. I'm usually fine.
Yeah, man. We've been having a lot of issues with trying to get any type of reception from you, man. We had it there for a bit, but maybe you're a little more targeted than we
How's
know.
that?
Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah. So, Lonnie, have you had experiences with previous existence and incarnations?
How's that?
Well, you said, Lesley, what, this is your 10th time
No, I
going
can't hear
around
you.
the... Uh,
I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Can you
but
hear
you're
me?
still broken up,
Can you hear me?
robot-y, but he
yeah,
muted.
yeah. If he's targeted, then they're definitely putting it to him. This is the only thing I know because I've checked every setting back here and tried to accommodate as best as I can. But
Yeah.
Hey,
that,
this is the time they like to do it when I'm sleeping because I'm usually
Now
asleep
you're
right now.
clear.
But they like hitting me when I'm sleeping because I wake up in the mornings to go to work and I got a really bad headache, dude, every day. So that means they've been hitting me with their microwave weapons.
how about the ringing in your ears? Have you been going through that too?
Yeah, I get that too, but not all the time.
Is it
Um,
ringing or is it tones, like frequencies?
it's like a whang. It's like a ringing, actually.
Yeah,
Like
I've
a
Ringing
fucking.
like a
It's like
bell?
a. It's like a frequency. It's like a frequency bowl.
Well,
Like
then
a
that's
frequency
your
bowl.
soul group, dude. That's your soul group, dude. You're getting attacked by the negatives. They're warning you. Oh, you gotta protect yourself against the negatives. I got videos on it.
See that one I was telling you that gave me the anonymous text said that they've been protecting me my whole life.
Could be a
did they
deception. There's a lot of that going out. They pretend to be positive when they're really negatives, and they're only gonna get you into more trouble. Cause see,
Yeah.
these
Right. They
negatives
told me.
are all mind. What?
They told me that okay, I
Wait,
was at
how
the
did they tell
FSSA
you?
because
How did they tell
okay,
you?
because through text, anonymous text on my phone.
Text?
Yeah, and then check this out. About 8 months into this anonymous texting, I was at the FSSA office, and there was this real pretty blonde there with two little girls, and I said hi to her, and she went up before me, and I went up and just happened to be to the lady right next to her. Well, as soon as I got up there, she turns around and slides me a piece of paper and says "Merry Christmas" and walks out. Well, the lady that worked there, both of them go, "Do you know her?" And I was like, "No." They're like, "Well, she just wrote you a letter. Aren't you going to read it?" And I was like, I was really caught off guard. Well, the letter said this. This is not word for word, but it's pretty damn close. It said the 7 hermetic principles of vibration will change your life if you surrender and let it. You're on the path of you are on the timeline of success, but due to free will, the choice is yours. Go forth and create the most magnificent timeline for yourself and the entire collective. Love all, none shall fall.
They
Well, I
do a
could
lot
think.
of speaking.
Huh?
There's a
I
lot
could.
of double speak.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I think it's pretty direct. I
But this
I
is
could think of much
okay.
worse
So
notes to get.
so this lady that hands me this note, okay, in the anonymous text that it was talking about timeline and success and all this shit in the text. Well, this chick that was with those 2 little girls at the FSA office is the one and the same that was sending me the text. Yeah. I didn't know her, never seen her before a day in my life. Ain't seen her since. Seen her one time. So I'm wondering, could it have been a collective, like a message that that they just gave that message to her to give me that,
Well,
or
let me
is
tell you
she?
something. My ex boyfriend, um,
Yeah,
the negative platform had brought him over to my place, and I wasn't talking to the guy. And the guy used to get kind of obnoxious and shit. Well,
yeah,
they wanted to be in a low emotional state so that they could like manipulate me
yeah,
um into like, you know how some things drive people to drink, like kind of like that, but I'm not a drinker.
right. Yeah, I don't drink anymore.
So they pit us against each other,
Mm-hmm.
or they will use people. You don't even know if she was a channeler or a medium or a psychic reader or a shaman or anything like that.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I never met her before. I only seen her that
Hmm.
one time.
She probably was gifted.
She's gifted enough to write that fucking letter to me.
Right.
Yeah, seems
You know what I
so,
mean?
huh?
And like I
Seems.
said, man, they're only the wording that was in that letter was in the text throughout 8 months. Timeline, success, free will. I mean, hermetic principles of vibration. Now, what do you think about that?
You
Hermeticism
know,
in general,
I think it's a
Go ahead.
functional practice.
huh?
I think it can be used as a functional practice.
I don't think we need that shit.
I agree
I
with
don't.
you.
Let me ask you something, Lesley.
But
Are we the one? Are we the one?
I know I'm
Part
the
of the one,
one of the ones.
part of the oneness,
Are you the
part
one?
of the oneness, part of the oneness.
Well, you have your group of oneness, and I've got my group, and Axis has got his group.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not singularity. We are more than one being at the same time.
Right. We do you believe we exist down every timeline?
I don't,
I think we do.
lines, I,
From my
I,
understanding, we were fragmented, shattered, as you will. Well, why the amnesia?
the amnesia is so that you don't blank slate yourself and remember who you are. The mind is the tool of entrapment. All the thoughts coming in.
Right.
See, I had to observe the
But now,
thoughts.
okay, explain.
I had to observe the thoughts, but not address them. I was
I
remembering
should.
how to clear that shit. And I just was intuitively responsive to uh, disengaging the mind machine so it didn't control me. So I had to make the mind be still. That's the only way you can in stillness
Right.
so that you can perceive your true self. Because nobody, no being is actually here in the matrix. We are like outside of it,
Right.
but most cannot even self realize because they're blocked by the programming and the manipulation and the deceptions and the control and the
Let me ask you
amnesia.
this. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that there are those that are here that were given a foot up? Say, for instance, like guys like Tom Cruise and Travolta and people like that. Do you believe that they went through this? Not that they did, but like these younger stars like Lindsay Lohan and Miley Cyrus, that they went through that Disney uh, factory and they were bred and made with enhanced entertainment.
Well,
Uh,
how many years has it been since they've been abducting people? You know, I did have some hybrid uh, put in me. At least that's what they wanted me to think and
believe,
believe. Yeah,
right?
maybe they actually did because they did do things because I felt it. I felt
Mm.
everything.
So,
I even felt
so go ahead.
going into the hybrid, the the spirit things.
Right.
They
They've
touched.
turned my compassion and my empathy into a weapon against me.
Oh no. Well, just watch my alignment videos and read in the description. On the first one, I put the steps in the comment section. It'll be like you can't miss it. But I wrote down everything that I did to raise my awareness so I could perceive the higher field, my other
Right.
self. But see, I didn't know it at the time. But that's what
Do
was.
you know how to do the energy work?
Yeah, I do energy work.
So
but not like
it's my understanding. Uh, what'd you say, Leslie?
not like most of them do. Like I'm not no new ager, and I have never conformed really to any religion. Like never was all in. It was mainly research, discovery, stepping stones to lead me to the state of awareness I'm currently at.
Right.
But at least I don't have the mind,
I'll definitely be reaching out to you. And
because you probably got two things going on with you.
so,
You've got your
what are all the orbs?
you got your higher selves, and then you've got the negatives that are shooting your head with microwaves or whatever, because
Right, right, right.
they are
And
unseen, they're behind the scenes, and they're micromanaging everybody. And if when somebody gets into a higher awareness state, that's when they attack you.
yeah, see what it is. If I keep my vibration high, they can't
They
fucking
attack
fuck
you.
with me. But if it goes low, then I'm right where they want me.
Right.
Okay, I pinned you in
So I started
the
doing
chat
things
there.
what's that, Axis?
I saw I pinned you a link to your channel in the chat there.
Okay. This see, man, like all night long, my security camera lights, I got them set up to where anytime motion gets activated, my security lights come on, and they're on all the time. They're always out there. I've always got these orbs. I had the same shit happen to me at Phil's house, and I'm talking by the millions. These orbs are by the millions,
Hmm.
and I don't understand it, or I don't understand it.
I know a couple of friends of mine that have platforms in the paranormal. The white orbs in abundance has been picked up a lot more lately on video than
Yeah.
previous times.
Lesley, you're gonna have to go check out those videos, and they're the black and white pictures, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, some of them look like every now and again like fairies.
Right, we lost Lesley, but yeah, I'm listening, dude. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, they look like fairies. Dude. Have you looked at any of those videos?
Some of them when I get a chance, I'll go to especially people that frequent my channel or subscribers, and I try and stay relatively in touch with where they're at or what they're doing, and try and keep some type of relevancy. And here lately, I've been working with the AI and our
Yeah.
parallels to it. So, but it just so happens that one of the channels that I deal with on that particular subject just released about 4 or 5 new videos of these orbs.
Yeah. Normally, I got about 8 to 10 of them a night on a norm, but then there's nights that, man, I have them by the millions. It's and you got to keep in mind, dude, it's wintertime. These aren't bugs.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? And not only that, look, bro, they're flying in every different direction.
The ones
And I
that
mean,
they're
it's
picking
obvious.
up are moving sky phenomena. It seems that they're directed in their course, not so much just floating apparitions or the random appearance. The ones that they've been picking up and putting on video are generally between a half dozen to
Yeah.
2 dozen of them, and they're going somewhere. It's obvious they're intelligent by design of direction. They all head in the same direction, but they have funky patterns to them as they head that way.
I'm trying to get a look at these videos real quick. Your videos. Okay, here they are. Yeah. This is one here, I think. Yep.
I'm not sure quite what you got going on there.
What's that?
Uh,
What did you say?
you went silent there. We could hear some type of noise, clicking noise, but we couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at these videos on my other phone. Trying to figure out, because I was going to send you one in your email.
Yeah, I'd love to see them.
I want to get one with a shit ton of orbs in it.
I think we lost Lesley.
Here we go. This one here's. See, now I'm going to send you this one. This is typical on a regular night. Let's see, how long is this? Not very long. Videos. Okay, here we go. Here's a 9-minute video. I bet you this one's got millions. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is a good one, dude. Okay, let me see here. Share video. Email. Okay. Wait till I send you this one, dude. Let's see here. Access AXIS VLOOB at Gmail. All right. I just, and it didn't. I gotta put your fucking name in again.
Well, that's all right, Lonnie. I was gonna shut this down at 5 so I could get some sleep. But please do send those. I'd really love to look at those.
I want you to check out the beginning of this real quick, man, before I hang up, because you're gonna trip.
Yeah, and if you can you post those in the chat?
How do I do it?
You just copy the link and then go to the chat. Because I put you as a moderator. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay. All right, there. It just went. It's going. Let's see here. Send you. What's the one? Millions. Okay, so this one. Share video. Okay,
Yeah,
check
I
your email.
really. Well, I can't check my email while I'm on the device I'm using.
Oh, okay.
But if you can get those pinned into the comment section, man, I think Don and a few others would really appreciate that. They're
Okay.
requesting.
Hold on, let me send you this one, and then I'll figure it out. Probably have to have you tell me how to do it.
Yeah, if not, then I might be able to copy them. Let me see. I'll check this and see if I can get them in there, because I'd really like to get those into the into chat.
Okay, which one was that? Millions, and that one. Okay, here's this one.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
bullshit, man.
No, I don't. I'm not saying you do. I'm not doubting you.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
saying,
got.
you know how people like to just bullshit and talk, man. But not me.
Right.
There's the proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of them here, and I'm getting ready to put in chat for you, Don. So
Yeah,
that way,
I sent you 3 total. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then let's see, I got a live on here too. Yeah.
okay, there's one, Don. And that way, I definitely want my audience to be able to access this information and give it a good review for themselves.
Yeah, some of these, this one here's got 111 views. I just posted these last weekend. This one's got 162 views. 90,
Okay.
yeah, they've all been getting views. Yeah, you can't explain that.
Okay. I got the second one here. I just got to post it.
Now, when you see the light kick on, that's my security lights, dude. Yeah, I think that Lesley could help me understand a lot of this. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you guys have got a lot that you can share, and a lot to share with
yeah, how'd
each
you hook up
other
with her,
on your
dude?
experience. Dominique, he invited her to join and listen, and she just was just a pleasure to deal with. I mean, she was kind of unusual at first, because a lot of things she was talking about was speculation, but when you come down to like her explaining the Scientology and stuff, she's impeccable. That was incredible information that she shared.
Yeah, I agree.
Much appreciated, and you know, I'm really glad that she found her way here.
Yeah, there. I don't believe in coincidence.
No.
That's not the first time Dom's done that. I dig the shit out of Dom.
Good character, man. Very good
Yeah,
character.
always liked him. Well, you know, everybody I've met through him. I met you. I met Cage. I think me and Phil. I don't know where me and Phil ran across him. I think somewhere on somebody's stream. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's a 3-minute video, dude, that's got single orbs, and these could even be fairies. I'm not sure,
okay.
but they look like fairies. That's what Phil would have called them. But this same shit was happening to me at Phil's house, dude.
Right, I remember him documenting something about that before he kind of took a hiatus. But
He's in the jail.
oh man, I hate
He's
to hear
been,
that.
yeah, man, it's all bad. Yep, they stole his house, dude, and they
Damn.
locked him up for nothing.
They didn't identify charges or what?
Yeah, he got all kinds of charges. Residential entry. It's his own property, dude. Yeah, it's all fucked up.
If you could you send the rabbi video to my email?
I already did.
Okay, let me go back. I may have already posted it. Let me go back and make sure.
Yeah, that was the first thing I sent you.
Okay, let me make sure I get that posted too. Definitely want all this out there. And
Yeah,
sometime
man,
maybe
that's a good interview, man.
Okay, let's see. Okay. I believe this one's it. I definitely think so. Let's see. No, that's more it's more. You may have to resend that. Apparently, I didn't get
All
that.
right. Okay, hold on a second. I'll find it. Here it is. All right. Rabbi. Yep. It's a 55-minute video. Let's see.
Okay.
Share. Email.
Yeah, let's see how many we got. Okay, I got all three of your orbs up there, so the only one we're lacking is the rabbi wing.
It's coming.
I appreciate you. I appreciate your research and you allowing us the links, man. That's really cool. I appreciate that.
It ain't so much research. It's just I've been living it, dude.
Yeah, on hands research.
Yeah,
I do.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I wish it was research. You know. I wish I were crazy, dude. I mean, really, because that's their thing is, get you labeled schizophrenic, get you on a psych check, and it makes you non-credible.
Right.
I mean, but it didn't really matter because they own the court systems. Nobody's ever told these motherfuckers no. Okay, if you ain't a gang stalker, you end up being one. I'm a maintenance man, and half of my tenants are fucking contractual stalkers.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It burns me up because I want to go off on these motherfuckers. I'm like, you sick bitch. And yeah, they honk their horns and shit. Like with their car alarm, they'll chirp their car alarm over and over. I'm like, can you make it more blatantly obvious? I know who the fuck you are. You don't have to keep doing that. It's all psychological warfare, man, because we're in a spiritual war.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm very much aware of that. Very,
And
very
they
much aware of
created
that.
silent weapons for silent wars, man.
And that's what they're using. I don't know if you've ever went back through some of the old streams, and me and Max Vision are working together. We're getting ready to do a podcast together on
Yeah, I like Max.
frequencies. Yeah, frequencies, energies, defense techniques that you can use, and other types of influential forces that are unseen. So
Well,
I just got to get my ass together and get with him and get the program going.
right. The thing is this, man. You got to remember one thing. If you have to, these fuckers vibrate at a low frequency, okay? And the weapons they use are at a low frequency. If you change your frequency and are vibrating at a higher frequency than what they are doing, they can't hurt you.
Right, there would be a disruption in cohesion of frequencies, which
Right.
is waveform.
Right. Here's another thing, dude. Real quick before you go, this was pretty important. I was fucking forgot. I'll remember. Hold on, give me a second. Should have went to bed, but you were on, so I stayed up.
I appreciate that, brother. Much respect on that. Much respect, and we are glad to have you.
Yeah, I've been teaching myself how to play guitar again, man, because they had a surgeon botch a surgery on me, and it kind of like crippled my wrist, or I can't bend it, so it made it really difficult for me to play guitar. I haven't played in probably 3-4 years, and I had to, because I can't bend my wrist, so I can't navigate the fretboard, so I had
Oh
just
man,
had to, yeah. So I had to drop D and drop C everything. So, but
wow. Well,
I mean, I've been making progress.
stick with it, man. Keep going. Don't. I had to overcome nerve damage. Not for guitar. This was before
Yeah.
I played guitar, and I had to relearn, my motor skills and walking and everything. I suffered some head trauma, and but I've stuck with it.
You knew who Phil was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phil seemed to think that I was Azazel.
A what?
Azazel.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, that's what he thought, man.
No, brother. I think I think you're just a kindred spirit, and I think that you're dealing with things the same as the rest of us. You've got some insight, you've got some understanding, but
Well,
I don't think
I'm
you're
just
the
not a weak. I'm
personification.
just not a weak spirit, man.
Right, right.
I'm light. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty powerful. And I mean, I wish they would take me from this place. I mean, because there's no quality of life for me. I mean, they've taken everything. They've destroyed it. They've destroyed what life I did have. And make no mistake about it, these motherfuckers are killers, man.
Oh, that I do know.
They are killers, and they'll kill everybody you care about. And that's why I left my girlfriend for 6 months, went and stayed with Phil, dude, and because I didn't want her to watch me deteriorate,
Right, I understand that.
But
I understand that.
I don't talk about it with her. She doesn't believe it. She thinks that whole situation was drug induced. I mean, because I was on the meth and shit, dude. I mean, I've always partied when I was younger, but I quit drinking and doing cocaine and shit. I was a partier, man, and I played music my whole life. So, I mean, I lived like a fucking rock star, In 05, I walked the red carpet with Velvet Revolver in New York.
There you go.
But I've done shit that most people dream about, man.
Yeah, I had an expensive life, so I can relate.
But a lot of shit makes sense to me though now, because I don't really know how to love, and I thought I did, but I don't, and I don't I have no need or want for material things or anything like that, possessions.
Well,
Because
just
this
remember,
shit doesn't
man,
mean anything to me.
if you're gonna love, start with yourself, and
Right.
once you can love yourself, then you can start loving others because
Right.
you get an
And
understanding of.
yeah, my girlfriend told me that, and it all makes sense. But here's the thing, dude. And I do it, and I lead by example, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. I forgive these people that are doing this shit to me.
Right.
And we've got to treat everybody how we want to be treated. We got to be kind. We got to be loving. Maybe not so much loving all the time to these fuckers, but you just gotta be a good person, man. You have to be. Your life depends on it. I don't like calling it a symbol, but we have to forgive ourselves and deal with the trauma, and that's what Lesley was talking about. I do believe if we don't deal with the trauma, we'll never get out of here.
Yeah, you got that internal struggle to knowing yourself, and then there's the forgiveness, and there's then the love, and all these expressions you've got to overcome and heal within you, and then you can start reaching out to other people with really beneficial approach.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right,
So,
Axis, I'm gonna let you go, brother.
All right, hey, Lonnie, it's been great, man. You're welcome anytime. I appreciate you being here. Lesley, definitely appreciate her showing up. My chat, anyone that sees this in the future, bless you all. Thank you so much.
To me, guys, if you want.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I put the link to your channel, and I'm going to pin it in the comments after this video goes up, so people will be able to get a hold of you and Lesley and these links that you left me. So, brother,
people need to quit falling into that trick, bro. You hear me? You need to quit falling into that religion trick, man. It's keeping them bound here, and they're given permission to have their life harvested. Look, because listen, there's a substance called ikra, okay, that's within our skull. It's like a gold, okay, and that's part of the substance that they harvest, not just the spirit or the spark or the soul, whatever you want to call it, but you have to give permission. And if you give yourself to the Lord Jesus Christ, Yahweh, Yahshua, Elohim, whatever you want to call him, then you will be harvested. I mean, and it's not good. Recycle, rebirth. That's what's going to keep happening. But yeah, loose harvest, man, is a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna check into that a bit.
Yeah, reach out, dude, anytime you want. I mean, feel free to give me a fucking buzz or whatever.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. And it's, like I said, it's been a pleasure having you. And always,
I
and I'm
appreciate
going
it.
to say this in respect of Don, that fight the good fight, always. You know, there's nothing wrong with righteous anger.
I don't even
And
fight them anymore, dude. I just let them do it. I tell them they're weak bitches all the time. That's funny. I laugh at them. Let them do what they do because they're weak, man. You know, they're just weak.
right.
It takes thousands to gang up on little old me. You ought to see it.
Hey, brother.
It's a fucking nut. It's crazy, dude. It's a fucking rat race. Everywhere I go, I got foot soldiers following me and shit. It's crazy.
We'll have
Yeah,
to,
all right, man.
we'll have to do this again,
What's that?
man. Lonnie, we'll have to
Yeah,
do this
man.
again soon.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Uh,
Okay,
I'm
friends and
gonna.
enemies of YouTube. This is
Yeah.
Axis with Lonnie, and I'm out.
Yeah. Well, I'm out too, and much love and respect to everybody. And
Thank you.
fight the good fight. And you are the
Absolutely.
light. All right, love you, brother. Much love and take care.
You too, man. You too, brother.
Have a good day.
And think,
Yep.
yes.
What's that?
And I was just wanting to thank my chat and everybody that's been here and been a part of this, and you know, to those that come in the future and see this, I hope this has some value to you. And once again, this is Axis out.